This is a bottle of New York State champagne, probably from the 60s or 70s. It's a screw cap, and Inez and I found this down here several years ago. We were assuming that it was probably from her grandfather. This is the kitchen. Hasn't particularly been straightened up a lot. We're going into the living room. This is the place across the street that Inez's grandmother purchased after the 1960 Hurricane Donna kind of took away a lot of the beach on the coast. She bought the place in 1958, and 2 years later they had a major hurricane. The last one actually that has really hit straight on Daytona, I think. We've had 3 hurricanes in 2006 that did quite a bit of damage, but they didn't really hit right here. This is not the main point where the hurricanes came through. This, I forgot to show the Challenger photo here that her grandfather took off the deck. This is the photograph he got with his camera when he was watching the Challenger take off and the catastrophe and tragedy that happened there. This house was built in the 1920s. It was back when they used to build them into the dune to try and keep everything down so that it wouldn't catch the wind when the hurricanes came through, because they fully expected the hurricanes to come through. Having lunch out here today. This particular section of Wilbur-by-the-Sea has a higher dune than any place else along this part of the coast. I'm saying it's about 20 feet or so up to where their patio is. This section of the beach down here was considered, well, during all of the racing and everything that they did, which is kind of how Daytona Beach got its world-famous status. This section of the beach was never used for any part of the competition. If you go 0.8 miles north, that's the beginning of the measured mile before World War II. And a gentleman named Campbell, who was British, he went 275 miles per hour on this beach. If you go on south, that is where the beach races occurred after World War II, the beginnings of NASCAR, back when stock car actually meant stock cars. The sand along here kind of barks when you walk on it, which is kind of interesting. It's about, I think, 70 or 80 miles to the south to get down where Cape Canaveral is, and where they have done this space program ever since they started it in the 50s. The beach after the hurricanes in 2006 was right up to past the seawalls of the neighbors, and this is about low tide. So what we've got down here is now about, I'm going to say about 120 feet or so from the steps. And this is, of course, is just about as far east as you can get and still be in the United States. The view to the south is kind of hazy today because of the the mist and everything coming off of the waves. Daytona Beach has never really been known for its surfing waves. Boy, it's kind of cool here in March, the water is. But that doesn't keep a lot of people from trying to surf here anyway. There's usually several people out with surfboards. They don't really get much surfing in, but, you know, I guess they have fun. So this is basically the view from the beach. You can look back and see where the Pennington's house is kind of hunkered down a little bit, and that's cold water. Anyway, it's March 20th. It's about 2:05 p.m. Eastern Time.